Today I'm going to share with you a tool called Padlet. Padlet is pretty much like a bulletin board where you can add images, video, links to different websites. You can add just text, any of those kind of things. So it's almost like taking a piece of paper and pinning it up on a bulletin board or a cork board and having it there for people to view. So I'm going to show you quickly how to create a Padlet that can be used with students in your class as a whole group collaborative activity. All right, so the first thing, you're going to log in, create an account for Padlet, and the first tab that we'll go to is the dashboard. Over here, you can go to Make a Padlet here, or up in the right-hand corner where it has the plus sign, you can click on Make a Padlet. Since I'm over there, I'll click there. It's going to create a Padlet for you. As you can see, it's just a blank board, but we can change the title over here. I'm just going to leave it as My Grand Padlet, but if you did something as, actually, let's just do Earth's atmosphere, and we'll just say objectives. Do that as if we put it there. It can be freeform or grid. For your students, I would say more of a grid would be better. That way you can see all the way across the board in kind of a linear fashion, students' information, and they're not getting piled on top of each other because sometimes that's an issue. You can also do a stream, so any of these different arrangements is possible. There's different options for wallpaper, lots of different options. So let's just choose confetti, sprite. And we can go down here. If we had premium, we could change the theme, but I'm just going to leave that. You can also have an icon that appears over here by Earth's atmosphere by the title. So let's just see. We'll just click on clouds and click the arrow over, and as you can see, that has changed. Now over here, this is kind of an interesting thing. For when students post, I would highly recommend that the attribution piece, if you have them creating an assignment and this is where you're going to grade them from, I would say make sure that they have their name there, so you can turn that on. The other thing is, if you want students to be able to comment on other students' posts, I would say allow viewers to comment on posts. I would slide that slider. You can always turn it off. However, when you turn it on, it'll tell you right here, like any existing comments will stay put once you disable this. You can add tags to make it easier for these Padlets to be found. Here's the address, but let's not worry about that yet. Let's just click next. Now here are your privacy options. So it can be private. This could be just your Padlet. Maybe it's a Padlet of resources that you're collecting for a unit, and you just want them to be there for your own use. It could be private. You can also password protect it. Just make sure you remember your password. And I don't know, we could say cloud is our password or something like that. Or you can just make it a secret group and give people your link, and then they can access the Padlet from there and edit and whatnot. Or you can make it public, but this is going to allow everyone in the world to access your Padlet. So I would definitely, for a classroom, I would say secret would be a really great option, or password protect. However, then you have to deal with kids typing in the password correctly and all of those different pieces. So if you don't want to deal with that, I would just click secret. It says right here, those with access can write. So if I gave you this link, you would be able to write on my Padlet, add images, add video, all of those different pieces. If you just want your viewers to read the information, so let's say you've decided that all of those resources that you've put on your Padlet that you were using for your teaching are also great resources for students, but you don't want them to be able to write on that board. You just want them to have access to the Padlet. You can change it to can read. However, if you want them to collaborate and to add to the Padlet, make sure that it is can write. You probably don't want them to moderate because then they'll be deleting other people's posts. Right here says allow anyone to use a copy of this Padlet as a template. Like you could do that if you want to for a classroom. It's not necessary, but you could keep that slider on if you wanted to. And then moderation. This is require admin or moderator approval before posting is published. So for instance, if you want to be able to check students' work before it is allowed to be on the Padlet, you would just slide this over, and then you would have to go through on your Padlet and approve every message that you want to be visible. So that's an option also. So then if I go over here to next, everything is ready, like we're ready to start posting. Now, students cannot post to your Padlet unless you give them the link. So over here in the right-hand corner where it says share, you're going to want to make sure to go to this tab that says share, export, and embed. You can give them this QR code if they have iPads or some kind of tablet or phone, or you can go down here and share this link. It'll copy it, and then you can paste it wherever you need to. So let's say it's in Google Classroom. You can paste it in Google Classroom. They can click on that link and access the Padlet from there. If you're creating a hyperdoc, you can put this link in the hyperdoc. And so after, let's say they create a Google drawing of some kind of illustration of their learning, and you want them to post it to Padlet so that everyone in the class can see it, you would copy that link into the hyperdoc so that they could click on it and then put their illustration here. You could email it to your students if you want to, but that's a lot. You would have to have like all their emails. You can embed it in your blog or a website, any of these different things, okay? And then let's say your Padlet is all full and you want to be able to share that out with students in terms of like having a permanent spot for it, you can always save it as an image, as a PDF. Maybe you want them to be able to review this as like a test review. You could always save it as a PDF and print that off for students also. So this is generally how you would set up a Padlet. So now let's start using it. So in order to use it, we're going to double tap onto the Padlet anywhere you want to. So I could go over here, but it's going to line it up because I said it needed to be a grid. It says it's collecting my name, so there's my name. Maybe I'm doing some kind of class assignment. Let's just do class assignment number 1, and I need to do a voice recording. So they have the option to voice record. You could do that. You could drop that file in, any of those kind of things. You could do a video if you have the file. You can take a photo from your webcam. So let me allow that to happen. There I am. I can hit capture. It's preparing it. It's going to put it in that assignment. Okay, that looks good. Yes, I want to add it. Whoa, that's crazy. The way it's set up as a grid, now it's going to stretch it out because it was a really big photo. So if we go over here, we can always edit this post if we want to. And say, oh, I don't want that picture there. We can also add links. So over here on the right-hand side from the web, let's say I want to add my YouTube channel to my Padlet. I can copy and paste that in here. I can look to see, okay, does this look good? It's loading up for us. Once it looks good, I'm going to click OK. It's going to appear here. So once I have that there, I can go up here and edit. I can add, this is my YouTube channel, and share that with everyone. Once you're done, just click out. If I want to add something else, double tap. It's going to make a new one here. It's going to slide this one over. I could always add any kind of documents, like anything I have a website for can go here. So for instance, let's say I have a teacher's hyperdoc here. I can copy this link, go over to my Padlet, paste it in. It's going to say, does this look good? Yep, looks great. I'm going to add it to my Padlet. And I can say this is a hyper atmosphere hyperdoc, and be done with it there and click out. So that's how Padlet works. If you have students do assignments and you want them all collected in one spot, this would be a great place for them also to be collected, and you can look and scan them really quickly, especially if they're just pictures or illustrations. It would be a really, really easy way to view them all really quickly and to get an idea of what students understand. So that's Padlet. I hope that helps.